Hey TransByDef, this is Autumn, and second week in a row that I'm coming to you without any complications. Holy crap, isn't that amazing? So, I'm going to try and keep it under the 10-minute mark this time, since I know we've had a lot of you complain or at least suggest that we try and shorten it up a bit. So let's be succinct. This week our topic comes from Joanna, and she asked us, talk about dating or romantic life. If you are married in a relationship, how did you tell them and how has the relationship changed or not changed? If you're single, how/when do you plan to tell people you date about your trans status? Do you think it's necessary to disclose at all? So quick recap. Technically speaking, I am married. Legally anyway. We got married, my partner and I got married 2010 in February. It was a great wedding, and then a couple months later, I kind of realized that this was all or nothing and that the relationship was going to be doomed because I'm trans and I had to do something about it. So it was either do something about it and try and keep her, or don't do something about it and then just have us both be miserable. Needless to say, I'm single. But it's actually for the best, because she and I are actually we haven't been closer since then, honestly. We've never been closer before, so ironically, that's the best thing that could have possibly happened. But it has kind of left me in sort of a predicament. One, I had to get over being in a relationship. And she and I were together for 6 years. We were together for a long, long time. I'm 26, and we got together right before I turned 20, actually. And let's see. Yeah, no. It was about 6 months before I turned 20, and we've gone through so much. I mean, we had a child together, and then we got married, and then now, of course, we're divorced. But we do have this lovely child who wants to make a guest appearance. Hi. Say hi, Belle. Say hi. No. Fine. Okay, she's just gonna hang out with me. Because we have joint custody of her, thankfully, so I get to enjoy my days off, and then sometimes I'll watch her overnight, and then, into the morning. Anyway, go play, babe.
No.
So,
I want to sit.
Fine, you can sit. So I've kind of been left in this vacuum about dating. I didn't really date much in high school because I always felt awkward, and I subconsciously tried to be in a lesbian relationship with any woman that I was with. And even the possibility, or thinking about the possibility with the guys, was a complete and utter turnoff. And it still predominantly is now. Technically, I guess, I call myself pansexual because I think potentially I could date a guy. I can rationalize it in my mind, but in practice, I just can't do it. I'm just too gay in that regard, I guess. I just emotionally get along better with other women. But I don't know. I never really did the whole traditional dating thing. So now I'm kind of left to it, except that I'm, 26 and have a child and I'm trans. So it kind of makes dating a little bit complicated. And I have had horrible luck with it, actually. Paula, come on. Sorry.
No, please.
She demands all my attention. Turn around and say hi. Hi. So I've tried it a couple of different ways. I've disclosed that I'm trans on dating sites because I started there after I went full-time back in the beginning of January, just to kind of get back on the proverbial train, or horse, or whatever cliche you want to word it. And I said that I was trans, and then I got nothing but creeps and guys, and I didn't, it doesn't matter that I said I was lesbian on there, that it was only seeking women. I would just get an abundant amount of messages from guys, whatever dating site I was with. So then I just simply made a profile. Me as a woman without any other quantifier. And I don't know if that's worked better or not, honestly. I've had more contacts from people, from predominantly women, and honestly, I have, the few guys that contact me, I have tried to give them a shot. Just to go on a date, just to see, because at this point, it's like, I'm changing everything else in my life. Might as well give things a shot, even if I don't think that I'm going to potentially like them. Just because, honestly, just why not, you know? But it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked either way. It hasn't worked when I disclosed the information. It hasn't worked when I kept it personal. Because one thing I will do is that I won't advertise that I'm trans on my dating site. When I start to get to know the person, and I've had a couple instances, like there's one girl, she messaged me, I messaged her back, and she was like, oh wow, you made my morning, I really like your profile, I think you're gorgeous, I really want to meet, and we started texting back and forth, and we kind of got to know one another, had a basis idea, and then I said, listen, I want you to know before anything goes further, before we meet and all that, I'm trans. She responds, so you have a dick. I respond, yeah. Her response, when are you going to get it cut off? My response, whenever I get $20,000 or find a way for surgery to pay for it. And that was pretty much that. I wouldn't even want to be with her at that point, honestly. That was just beyond insulting and ridiculous and petty and inaccurate, and I'm just... Who in their right mind asks about a person's genitals? No one does that. But it's okay with trans people, apparently. Makes me want to go around and punch people in the dicks. Men and women both. I don't care. I'll surgically graft one onto a cisgendered woman and I'll punch her in the dick. Because seriously, I'm sick and tired of people asking me about that. Sorry. Dating's kind of, I was going to say dating's kind of bittersweet, but it would have to have some sweet parts of that. It's just more or less bitter at this point. I just want to go on a date. I'm not asking for much. I don't want anything too serious. I just want to go on a date, preferably with another woman, to coffee, whatever, talk about our lives, talk about our family if she has kids too, talk about what makes us who we are and what we love and why we do the things we do. And then if something happens, awesome, great. But it doesn't have to. And that's all I want now. Anyway, so that's just more of my rant of frustration than anything. But I don't know. Maybe that'll help some of you out there. Regardless, I'll see you guys next week, and you take care of yourselves. Bye.